What's up FNGs, this is Airsoft NCT and welcome to today's video where we're going to be talking about the M1956 Infantryman's gear for the Vietnam War. Now I know that there are plenty of videos out there that show all of this stuff as well, but I wanted to give you a little bit of a taste of what I use for reenactments that also follows the standard Infantryman's guidelines. The base of the M56 gear is the web belt. Right here I have a 1960s dated M56 vertical weave web belt, which as you'll see has the 3 holes, which is something that you'll want to know for looking for an M56 belt. Attached to my belt is a set of 1968 M56 suspenders. Now what you'll also notice is that mine are taped up where they attach metal to metal, and now this is used to help dampen some of the sounds when I'm moving. The beauty of M56 gear is that it's so nice that a lot of soldiers used it twice. And what I mean by that is you'll see a lot of things in pairs. First off, you'll see 2 of the M56 canteen covers. If you watch my other videos, you'll notice that these are cotton trim, so they are first pattern. You'll also notice a little bit of wear in the same spots as well as some particular fading, and that's because in addition to carrying one canteen, a lot of these M56 canteen covers also held a canteen cup. On either side of the canteen covers, you will see 2 M56 magazine pouches. Now, these are the universal magazine pouches, and they each hold 4 magazines. You heard that right, 4 magazines. Let's take a look. There's 4 right there. Now, a lot of times what you'll see are 3 magazines stuffed into these, and usually they're sitting really, really low. Well, truth be told, you can fit 4 5.56 magazines in here, and what a lot of soldiers would do, and what I have done here, is put a sock at the bottom of it. So I guess you do have an extra pair of socks on you, but really, it does help bring the magazines a little bit higher. For reenactments, I wouldn't necessarily recommend this if you haven't broken in your M56 pouches already. 3 is a very comfortable number to fit in here that you can grab even without a sock in the bottom. But if you want to stretch this thing to its full capacity, carry 4. Now the last item, if there are 2 of, is a compass or first aid pouch. I have one up on my shoulder right here. This goes on my left shoulder, so it will not impede when I shoot with my rifle on my right. And I also have one down here on my web belt. I use this one to typically carry a small rag just to dampen myself off with, or some period style Kool-Aid powder. Great thing to mix into those canteens on hot days. Now for some of the little details I've added on top of taping up everywhere that the suspenders attach to the belt, I have a couple more things that add a little bit of personal flair to the kit. The first thing is this carabiner. So this is one of the 1970s dated oval type carabiners that we're seeing throughout Infantrymen as well as Special Forces, and I have one taped up on the bottom so that when I hang something off of here, especially if it is another metal piece, it will not clank around. So that tape is often used to dampen the sound. Last thing I do have on either side of the web belt are a couple of painted M61 grenades. I have used these for really just weight. They don't really have any function other than that, but they look pretty cool in the kit and they add a little bit more authenticity. Last thing I wanted to talk about is this gaping hole right here in the middle. I'm sure you're wondering, well, what goes there? And in fact, there is a very particular pouch, and that is the butt pack. So oftentimes you'll see a complete web set up just like this with the butt pack right in the middle. This is an M61 type butt pack, not the M56. The M61 has a rubberized liner on the inside, while the M56 has the dog ears. But this was often tossed out by soldiers. And not literally tossed out, but this was often replaced with nothing, so that the rucksack, the lightweight rucksack in particular, will fit very comfortably on the back of the soldier. They didn't have to worry about the butt pack impeding the placement of the rucksack. And now the last thing that you'll often see issued with an M56 web set is the M56 shovel cover. Now, this is the color it's supposed to be. All of this stuff is very worn out, but this one is not as commonly used, and that follows suit. So sometimes you'll see the shovels just kind of hanging off soldiers' web gear, on the rucksacks particularly, but sometimes this shovel cover was used. Has one metal clasp up top, you open it up, and there you go. Nothing really too fancy there. And with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed my little introduction of the M56 web gear. Now, you won't often see placements aside from this. This is typically the norm, but do your research and you might find some interesting setups out there. As always, this is Airsoft NCT. Thank you guys for checking out this video. Wear your web gear right, and we'll see you in the next one.